Dyson Parodi is the best darts player from Gibraltar to play in PDC events, and every time he has played on stage, he has had some very funny moments. In the pre-tour card era, he played in several PDC Players Championships and UK Open qualifiers, but he never made it past the last 64 of any event. However, during this period, he did appear in a PDC major for the first time when he lost 6-1 to John McGowan in the first round of the 2009 UK Open. A year later, he appeared at the first PDC World Cup of Darts, representing his country alongside Dylan Duo. The pair were beaten 6-4 in the first round by the Russian duo. Just over a month after this event, Parodi attended the first edition of PDC Q School. After losing his first round game on the first 2 days, he won 4 straight games to reach the semi-finals, securing him a 2-year PDC Tour card for 2011 and 12. In the first Players Championship event of 2011, he managed to win 4 games and reach the quarters. This was the best it got for him, as he never reached the last 8 again with a tour card. However, he did get to play on TV during that time, at the second edition of the World Cup in 2012, where he and Dylan Duo lost to Denmark. He appeared in every single edition of the PDC World Cup up to 2019, appearing with Duo 5 times, Manuel Valerio twice, and Justin Broton and Anthony Lopez once. In these 9 editions, Gibraltar only managed to win a single game when Parodi hit double 5 to beat the Italian team 5-2 in 2015. After this checkout, Parodi let out a massive celebration, which was a sign of things to come. During these years, the World Cup wasn't the only staged PDC tournament Parodi appeared in, as Gibraltar held a Eurotour event every year between 2013 and 2022, except for 2020. It was in these events that Dyson had many memorable moments. He came through the home nation qualifier for the first edition, where he was drawn to face Andy Hamilton in the first round. He went 4-1 down, but managed to win 2 more legs, letting out this funny celebration after winning one of them. Hamilton eventually took out 41 to win 6-3. He came through the Gibraltar qualifier for the event again in 2014, where he was drawn against Henry Zapata in an all-Gibraltarian first round clash. He managed to whitewash Zapata and took out 2 Tom Plush finishes, including a 1-5-2, on his way through to the second round, where he faced Gary Anderson. Parodi only won 2 legs in a 6-2 loss against the Flying Scotsman, but he did manage to hit another huge finish, this time 160, before letting out another big celebration, which made Gary laugh. Parodi missed out on qualifying for the event in 2015, losing 6-5 to Dylan Duo in the last 16 of the home nation qualifier. However, during that year, he hit his first PDC 9 darter in a Q School game, which he ended up losing 5-4 to Paul Milford. 2016 was when he had the best run of his PDC career in the Eurotour event. In the first round, he went 3-0 up on Dirk van Dijvenbode, letting out loud screams and moving across the stage to celebrate after each and every leg win. Dirk then won back-to-back legs, but Dyson then won 3 of the next 4 legs to get a 6-3 win, which he again celebrated in a very funny way. This was the first win for a home nation player against a non-Gibraltarian player in the history of the tournament. He then faced Jelle Klaassen, who was the number 9 seed, in the second round and went 3-1 up early on. Klaassen then won the next 2 legs to level the game, which eventually went to a sudden death leg, where Dyson had the throw. After back-to-back 140s, which he celebrated like 180s, Dyson was down to 81 after 12, which he took out in 2 to reach the third round. Parodi then faced Max Hopp, who at the time was the reigning World Youth Champion. Dyson won the first 2 legs, letting out big celebrations both times, before Hopp won 3 legs in a row to go 3-2 up. Dyson then won 3 of the next 5 legs to win 6-3, letting out a massive celebration which nearly saw him fall off the edge of the stage. He was then drawn in a blockbuster quarter-final game against the world number 1, mighty Michael van Gerwen. Dyson lost the ball and MVG was first to a finish when he left 80. However, when on 240, Parodi hit a 180 to leave 60. He celebrated this with a very funny walk away from the oche, which left MVG waiting a while to throw at the 80, which he took out straight away. Dyson then managed to win the second leg before doing a similar celebration, this time with a fake headbutt towards Michael, which again left the green machine waiting. In the next leg, he hit another 180 and won the leg, doing the same celebration, which meant he took ages to start the following leg. Another 180 came in the next leg, which caused Michael to have to retreat from the oche. He then took out 91 on the ball to go 3-1 up, before celebrating for absolutely ages, delaying Van Gerwen's throw. George Noble, the referee, then had a word with Dyson, presumably telling him to calm down and stop celebrating for so long. The next 4 legs went with the throw, causing Dyson to go 5-3 up on the world number 1. He again took ages to celebrate after this, and went a leg away from the win. He did another crazy 180 celebration in the next leg, but MVG held throw and closed the gap to just a single leg. When throwing for the game, Dyson hit a 140 and screamed backwards before MVG sent the game to a last leg decider. Michael was not celebrating as he usually would during a close game, presumably because he was angry at what Dyson was doing. Michael had the throw in this last leg, but Dyson was the first to a double when he missed a match dart at 7-7 from 86. MVG then missed 2 match darts before Dyson missed 2 more and then looked devastated. Michael then hit 4-4 to win and was very calm. He shook Dyson's hand like the good sport that he is, but he clearly would have been annoyed by the slow play of Parodi. The DRA weren't happy either and fined Dyson £350 for his disruptive behaviour during the match. Dyson qualified for the event in the following year, but averaged just 82 and lost 6-1 to Magnus Carris in the first round. He missed the event in 2018, but returned in 2019, where he beat Cor Decker in a deciding leg in the first round to go through to face Peter Wright in round 2. He joked about facing Wright in his post-match interview.
Peter Snakebite Wright tomorrow. This is what this is all about. You've been playing darts for years. You've had a chance to prove yourself on big stages against the best players in the world. This is what this is about for you, isn't it? Peter who?
He went on to be beaten 6-2 by Wright. He lost to Kenny Nayans in a terrible game in 2021 and then to Ryan Joyce in 2022, which was the final Gibraltar Darts Trophy for the time being. I for one hope we see Parodi on a PDC stage again in the future.